Okay, so I'm going to show you how I add photos to my computer and my um, import from my computer to Lightroom. And when I say my computer, I mean my hard drive, my external hard drive, because I don't want anything on my computer loading it down. So let's just, for example, say I just pulled in these photos. Let's just say it was from the camera or from the card. So say these are from the card, I would highlight them and literally copy paste or drag them from that is fine. You can put them into your own file on the desktop like I did here. Now once it's in the on the desktop, I go to whichever storage. In this case I'm using Seagate. This is my 4 gig or 4 terabyte. And then these are I'm going to open these up into an existing file, but if you were to you just find out where you want to put them, like in this case, when it popped up, I had Capture Aloha and all these other options. I usually just use Capture Aloha 11 style, those two. So I already basically did these pictures. I'm just critiquing and re-editing. So we're going to find Brenda is actually these photos. So we go in and we're going to put them in I actually put files like proofs and then finals in there. We're going to put these in just in her file. And I like to come back out. I don't like to put them in there over top of stuff because it just looks weird. And then you got to reorganize them. So we're gonna put it in Brenda's file that's already in here, and we're gonna treat them like raw files basically. They're PNGs, which is close to that, anyways. And that is it. And then once they're in where you want on the external drive, you just go in here and you get to Lightroom where it says import down in the lower left. You can't be in develop up here. You have to be in library, and then you can go to import. And I'm just going to look up that name. Since it's an external drive, it'll be down here. This is the computer, which I rarely use anymore since I'm doing everything on my external drive. So I open Seagate, and then I open Capture Aloha because that's where I put it. And I've already brought in files from Brenda. So it's only going to let me see the files basically. It'll let me see them all, but it only let me import what I haven't already imported, which makes it easy. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt to start. So we should see I already imported them except for these three. So it's not even going to give me the option. So then they're already checked because it automatically checks it. If you only want to do 2 of them, obviously you're going to uncheck. And we're going to pull them in, import. And then all these steps, once they're in there, it only shows you the 3, which is confusing because you're like, oh crap, where are all the other ones, right? Well, you literally, if you want to see the other ones while you're in this step, which is you're still on library, you got to go find it and push and then click Brenda here. And then they'll all show up, but I don't want them all to show up now. And I'm going to check these edits real quick. Actually, I do want them to show up. Let's see where they've actually put these guys. It would be kind of interesting. So I click this, because that's where they're at. And then they all come up, so it looks like they put them in order, so that's good. So this is a PNG file, and this is a CR2 file, at least it should be. PNG, CR2. So we're going to go into develop, and I'm going to show you what I did. So this is mine, and this is yours. Oh, it's not showing me. That didn't work, did it? It's not showing me what you did, so this is kind of worthless. Wonder if that's the one you put into Photoshop and did it in Photoshop, not in Lightroom. But anyways, so I'm going to show you so you can look on yours exactly what I did to achieve this look. And I like this one. Give it a second to catch up. There we go. So you can see what my numbers here for exposure. I took the highlights down the most. Didn't do much here. Added quite a bit of color because down here, looks like I added some aqua. I don't remember doing that, so we're gonna click that down. But I took out some greens, probably because there's some greens. I didn't want too much green or yellow. And again, if you move this, you're not even gonna see anything. So basically, I just moved the red and the orange, because when you make them more yellow, like you want warm tones up in the sky, you got to bring them out of their skin. So this is how you do that. You bring the reds and the oranges out, you add yellow, and then it doesn't look, because if, let's say the yellow, you put the orange back in, and the red, on this one's not bad, but I just pull those and then batch all of them with that. And you can see this does it automatically. Typically my computer just set, I don't know if it's set that way, but it automatically does a little bit. So I just leave that and then I add luminance as needed. And that's it to, to give them more soft. But that's all I did to this one. Lots of color though, because again, I like the color. And then I add a little pink usually on this bar, and the yellows here. I always add, if I add yellow, I add pink regardless. A little bit of clarity. Anyways, you can see my numbers here if you want to just play with it. And then let's go back to library and see where those other ones came in. So you can go to added order, capture time. Let's go to file name. Did it put them all at the end? It's usually at the end of the beginning. That wasn't it. File type. Let's see where to go. So yours are here now. So we looked at that one. Let's look at this one now. Actually, let's go back to library. Go back to capture time. And let's see. So this one and this one. So on mine, and I'm not done editing yet, so yours looks good. I think yours is actually a better tone than mine is, so let's look at it. And again, I can't see what you did. I thought with the PNG I could see what you did here, but no big deal. So I'm a little more blue on the same photo. Looks like you cropped yours at a 8x10 or 5x7 or 8x10. When I didn't crop them. These are just, I edited them, batched them quickly, but I probably would have went a little lighter and a little more yellow as well. And I might have Well, I definitely would have straightened it, but I don't know that I would have cropped it different than the 4x6 that it normally is. I just would have brought it in because I like the sheen here, and I don't want them too close. I want to see, I like what's going on in the water here is really minty. So this is probably where I would have left it, maybe pull the shadows a little bit, but that's close. This would be too warm for me. This is closer. Again, everybody has their own eye. This would have been fine, just to be honest. Customers, it just varies a lot. If they have a PC, it's going to look completely different than it looks right here, even with how I'm looking at it. Okay, so there's that one, and now let's again do this quickly so I know where these photos are. Just go there, go back to File, Type, scroll back to the beginning because that's where it is. Click on it. Go back to capture time, and then it'll be next to the one I did, or it should be. Go to Develop. Well, it's not next to the one. Yeah, this might be difficult to go back and forth. Is that a PNG? What's the number? Oh, it's because the name has a E-E-R-E-E-E here, so I can't. I guess I go. No, that's just a pain in the butt. Okay, so we're just gonna go. This one's yours. It's a little grainy. We could have done a little bit better. And again, all you have to do whenever it's grainy like that, I up the luminance, and then it goes away. So I just up it till I see that it's smooth, and you can up it a lot. It'll be really smooth, and sometimes you can go to texture or clarity, maybe a little bit of both. No, too much. Yeah, I'll just use the clarity. And then, because this is close, but they're way softer, here's what it looked like before. You can see it's grainy, and then I'm going to let go of the button, and voila. And when you're zoomed way out, it's fine. And then let's see what mine looks like. That is what, it's 9140. So let's see if the numbers match up. 91. It looks like you used two cameras on this deal, but here's mine. So I just went a little brighter. I don't know if I might have really brought the highlights down and then upped it a bit. So here's what mine looked like. Here's the original CR2 file. And then we'll go to what I did. And then when you zoom in, you can see that they're pretty clear. That's pretty clear for how dark it was. Anyways, I'll upload this to YouTube so it's easier to view. And we can talk about how you can do your own screen recordings. And if we both do it, then it's you know, good training. All right, talk soon.